Hello, Cooley Region Virtual Academy families and students. Welcome to Fall 2020, the beginning of our new school year. My name is Mr. Walcott. For the past few years, I have taught for SOTA 2, and this year I'm excited to be your 8th grade teacher for math, for science, for social studies, and for English language arts. Now, school is going to start first thing Tuesday morning, and we've got to make sure that you're all ready. For the past few months, LMC directors and teachers around the district have been working to make sure that all of the educational technology we need for virtual school is ready to go on Tuesday morning. That said, we also know that it may not go perfectly. There will be challenges, there will be obstacles to overcome. If you get to Tuesday morning and you're having trouble with something, your iPad won't start, Zoom won't log in, whatever the challenge may be, my phone number's on the screen. Please give me a call. My email is listed in this slideshow. Please send me a message. We will do our very best to resolve the issue quickly. Cooley Region Virtual Academy is a program within each of our school buildings. So, even though you're Cooley Region Virtual Academy students, you are still part of Lincoln. That means that you've got a whole team of people to help you out. And if you have questions, you can also call the Lincoln Middle School main office, Miss Watson in the LMC, and you can reach out to the School District of La Crosse help desk. Remember to press 8, and someone in all of those options will be able to help you. As 8th graders, I expect you already know a lot about what it means to be ready for school. So this weekend, I hope you will take a little bit of time to get ready. The first thing on the list is making sure you have a good place to study while you're at home. A clean space, electricity for charging, things for note-taking. And because we're working virtually, I want you to think a lot about what it means to be part of video communication. What's behind you? What kind of light will illuminate your face? And know that you have options. Sometimes in our lessons, I might record a section of our teaching and learning so that students who can't be there for the meeting will be able to learn asynchronously later on. And those resources will get posted in Buzz, which is our learning management system. Before I record anything, I will give you a heads up and say, I'm about to press record. If you'd like to turn your camera off, you have that option. We want people to feel comfortable and empowered with our digital connections. They should not hold you back or make you feel frustrated. If you or families have any questions about what it's going to look like to have regular video conferencing as part of our digital learning, please contact me directly by email or by phone. I'm happy to talk with you further. The next part of being ready is, of course, back to school supplies. And because we're all digital, all virtual, at a distance, the list is pretty short this year. Most of what you need will be on your iPad, and we'll talk about apps in just a minute. To go with your iPad, you're probably going to want a good pair of headphones, preferably a pair of headphones that have microphone built right in so that you can hear and be heard. If you haven't been to school to pick up your iPad yet, we had iPad handout opportunities this week. Your final chance to get your iPad before school is on Monday. Please call Miss Watson in the LMC or call the main office and arrange to stop by school to pick up your device. Other things that'll probably be useful in your home office space: a paper and pencil for taking notes. I love to work on my computer and my iPad and my phone all at the same time, but sometimes I need Post-its to organize my thoughts. Sometimes paper and pencil can make the difference between what we remember and what gets lost in the shuffle. So give yourself the option, add that to your home office desk. Now, all of you are taking electives at Lincoln. Those electives are going to happen in Canvas. We'll talk about that in a minute. But all of those electives may also have school supplies. And you can click the blue link in this keynote slide to take you to the Lincoln school supply list. Make sure you have what you need for Tuesday. So, there are school supplies that you need, and there may also be school supplies that you want. For example, you may do better math with a handheld calculator on your desk. Now, as a math teacher, I believe we do our best work when we use our brains and our imaginations to problem solve, and we use our calculators to calculate. It's what computers are good at. That said, you might prefer a handheld calculator. I'm also going to ask you to use several calculator apps like Desmos on your iPad. You decide for yourself what's going to help you do your best work. You might also want a ruler for drawing and for measuring. You might also want a sketchbook and art supplies. It's up to you. Now for the iPad, we've got to make sure that this central tool for our learning is up to speed. A lot of these apps will come preloaded, but I have put them on the list just to make sure that you have everything you need to start on Tuesday. The number one thing is, of course, Zoom. That's our video conferencing system that will let us communicate and be in class together when we need to do things that way. So please go to self-service this weekend or even on Monday and download Zoom. Now, I have found that if you search for Zoom in self-service, it's really hard to find. But if you search for Zoom Cloud, it will come right up. That's because its full title is Zoom Cloud Communication. So try that search when you're in self-service. While you're there, you also want to make sure that you have the iWork applications like Swift Playgrounds and Clips and GarageBand. You want the full suite of Google options. We're going to work a lot with Google-based documents. They're really easy to share. Make sure you're ready for slides and sheets. The other thing with Google that we've found is that Canvas works really well in Chrome, but not in Safari. Those are web browsers. They allow you to access the internet, and our iPads come preloaded with Safari. It's a great web browser, but it doesn't seem to get along with the images in Canvas. So I would highly recommend pulling down Google Chrome from self-service and making sure that you have that, because you'll need to get to your elective classes in Canvas. A few others that are worth mentioning: we will edit PDFs, and the PDF expert will make a big difference. Desmos is the best scientific and graphing calculator for free that I've ever had a chance to work with as a mathematician. I'm hoping it will make a big difference in your life as well. Don't forget your Autodesk sketchbook and a chance to play chess with a friend. I mentioned earlier that our middle school librarians, our LMC directors, have been busy all summer making sure that you have all the resources you need for getting back to school. They have created a fantastic help website for all things School District of La Crosse educational technology. Please click here to see that website. It's a wealth of information. Coulee Region Virtual Academy is a brand new school. This fall, we are reinventing the way that we do education, and you are all part of that work. I look forward to learning things from you as we go, but I want you to know that the things that have always made you successful as a student in school still apply here. We can draw on those lessons. Things like be on time to class, right? In this case, that means a Zoom meeting. And not only would I like you to be on time, I would love for you to be early, because when we educate at a distance, we just don't get enough time to see and enjoy each other. Come early to class. I'll open the meeting 10 minutes ahead of time so you have a chance to socialize, send some messages, enjoy the folks that you're going to school with. If you can't be to the Zoom meeting on time or even at all, it's your job to talk to me ahead of time. Send me an email, a text message, a phone call. Let me know that you can't be there, and let me know what your plan is for making up the work. We'll talk about work expectations in a few minutes and how the week will flow, but the important part is that you take the initiative and communicate with me about your schedule and your intention to be successful. I'm going to thank you ahead of time for getting work turned in on time. It sure makes it easier to teach people. I want you to make sure you ask lots and lots of questions. And remember that we're not going to be on Zoom all day long. We're not even going to be on Zoom for 45 minutes or an hour at a time. That makes people tired. We're going to be on Zoom for a few minutes to get started, and then we'll break out. We'll try an experiment. We'll read a passage. We'll work in small groups before we come back together. But all of those things will involve you working independently on your own and returning to the whole group. So get ready for that independent work time. Make sure you've got your home office all set up this weekend. This is what a normal week will look like for us at CRVA. Now, you might notice right away, there's not a whole lot scheduled on Friday, and that's on purpose. If you get to Friday morning, 8 o'clock, and everything on your to-do list is checked off, fantastic. You have a choice. You could be done for the week, or you could work ahead, because many of our CRVA courses are self-paced. I want to make sure that you stay consistently challenged and engaged. And if you want to work ahead, Friday could be the day to do that. Now, if you need some of that time to meet with a group or meet with me, we can also do that. We want to make sure that by about lunchtime on Friday, everybody's done with what they have on their to-do list. And then we can all have a good weekend. I have some flexibility built into the end of Monday through Thursday as well. We're calling those open sessions. And again, you can schedule a meeting with me. You can meet with a group to work on something. You can catch up on work. We have to have a somewhat flexible schedule because many of our elective courses are being taught by teachers who work in multiple buildings. It's very complicated to get all of the schedules across buildings to line up. And so I have built some flexibility in on our end that lets you be at the class that you need to be at when you need to be there. For example, if you can't be at science class at 10:15 on Monday because that's when your world language class meets, no problem. We'll do math at 1:45 in the afternoon or at 8 o'clock in the morning. You just have to communicate with me. Let me know what will work best, and I will make sure to meet you where you are. I've got some fantastic co-teachers in Cooley Region Virtual Academy, and I want to make sure that I introduce them to you. This is Barb Secord. She is our special education teacher. And if you are a student with an individualized education plan, you'll have a chance to work with Mrs. Secord over the course of the semester. Mr. Vale is teaching our 7th grade CRVA courses. He is also teaching some of our advanced math courses. And Mrs. Welch will be teaching our 6th grade CRVA courses. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, all of your CRVA elective courses, your musics, your world languages, are being taught by our fantastic teachers over at Lincoln, and they will be using the Canvas learning management system. We'll talk about academics in just a minute, but please know that you'll need to access Canvas and you'll need to learn a little bit about it so that you can complete the assignments that they post in their classes. If you have any questions about Canvas and how to access it, I'm happy to work with you. We'll do a short intro to Canvas on Tuesday when we get started. For our CRVA academics, for our math, for our science, for our social studies, for our English language arts, we'll be using a learning management system called Buzz. And if you click the blue link on this slide, it will take you right to Buzz. You can log in with your email and district password, okay? Just like you would log into a computer in the computer lab. Once you're in, you should be able to see your courses. I know from folks at our district level that things are still being updated this weekend. So if you go into Buzz and it looks like not everything is there, don't panic. We're working on it. I expect everything to be ready by Tuesday morning, but I also expect some changes to be made between now and then. If you have concerns or questions about the classes you see listed in Buzz, get in touch with me right away. I'll do my best to sort it out before Tuesday. The other important thing to know is that I give a lot of feedback. Each of you is going to work on assignments, and feedback is a crucial part of how we learn. When I give feedback day to day, week to week, that will come to you in Buzz. And some of that will be point values, some of that will be percent, some of that will be comments and ideas and suggestions and questions. There are so many different ways that we learn and improve. At the end of each quarter, the grades and the feedback from Buzz will get transferred over to Skyward. This means that if you wait till next Friday and look in Skyward and don't see anything for the first week, that's okay. You won't. There won't be any grades in Skyward until the end of the first quarter. I expect that will line up with our parent-teacher conferences in October. So in the meantime, look to Buzz for that daily and weekly feedback. We have many talented musicians in our 8th grade class. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic, we're not able to offer large group music this semester. We're crossing our fingers. We're hoping for better luck in the winter. But for now, if you play in band, choir, or orchestra, you need to contact your teacher directly. They will get you set up with music lessons and maybe even with small group performance opportunities. More information to follow. If you have any questions about that, please give me a call or an email. One final note, as we learn together a new way to do school, please be patient. Be patient with yourselves. Be patient with me. We've all got a lot to learn together. And I'm convinced that we are smarter together. I depend as a teacher on your feedback, your ideas, your questions, your suggestions. If we're in an astronomy unit and you really want to learn about a particular galaxy, make sure to tell me, because that might not be in the curriculum, but I'll make sure it gets into the lesson. I want our education to mean a lot to you. I want it to be personally relevant, and I will work to make sure that it's worth your time. So Please ask lots of questions. Do great communication. I am so excited to see you in class for our first day of school next Tuesday at 8:30 in the morning. If you don't know where to go yet, don't worry. I will send you the Zoom link on Monday evening and see you on Tuesday. I hope you all have a great weekend. Thank you for taking the time to listen.